Hello world and welcome back to Meg's Minutes. So I have decided that I'm going to add a new section to my channel called Finance Fridays. And there's a couple of reasons why I'm going to do that. One of the reasons is because I do a lot of research on finances and I be trying to get myself right, I'm trying to get that money, trying to get rich, trying to get fire. Anyway, because I do so much research, I just want to make sure that I share any information with you because there's a lot of information that I have had to actually dig for, and I didn't know that some of this information actually even existed. So I just want to share things that I've learned in hopes that it will help your situation because it's been helping my situation. The other part of why I decided I want to add a new section called Finance Fridays is because of my daughters. And my twins are 15. They're getting ready to want to start working, and they have asked some really good questions lately about finances. And I realized that, hey, if my daughters don't know some of this stuff, maybe there are other people who are adults who don't know this stuff too. So I'm going to be taking some basic concepts and breaking it down just for, general audience, but also for my own daughters so they can have a place to go back to and use these resources in the future if they ever need it. And last but not least, I'm sorry, I know I got to be a little selfish, but the other part is just to hold myself accountable. And I think obviously doing this stuff on a platform would be very easy to hold myself accountable because I'm putting myself out there. And so one of the first things I'm going to address on my first Finance Friday is actually how I'm paying off my debt. And I'm a very visual person. And I am a very kinesthetic person, so I need to see and I need to be able to work through my issues when it comes to finances. And I just want to share what I'm doing, what works for me, and how I'm getting these small wins and continuing to stay motivated. I would definitely like to know what some of your finance questions are. Mind you, I am by no means an accountant or an attorney, so anything that I give to you is just general information and should be used as such. Anyway, I hope that you stay tuned. Let me know in the comments below what questions you have, and I hope you enjoy and I hope it helps. So the first thing I want to point out is that I actually went to Walmart and got a notebook full of graph paper, as you can see. And so one of the things that I had to play with is how far away from the edge that I actually had to do my graph. And as you can see, the holes were in the way, so I kind of had to do it quite a bit far away. Next thing you see is me numbering each box. I decided to do each box by 1. So I'm only using one box at a time because I do have some smaller debts that I need to pay off, and it's easier for me to just do it one by one. At a later time, I do have some higher debts that I'm actually going to probably number by either 2s or 5s so that I can fit the entire debt on the paper. So as you can see, I changed the angle and I am just continuing to number. I actually numbered all the way from 1 to 51. And the payoff method that I'm actually using is the Dave Ramsey snowball method. And for me, this is the easiest method because it gives me those little wins that gives me the confidence to keep going. And just to see some of these marked off, it helps just for me mentally. I don't think about how much APR I'm paying. I don't think about how much interest I'm paying. All I know is that I'm seeing debts paid down or the debt is continuing to increase. Now I am drawing my boxes. I'm drawing each one so that it represents a specific debt that I'm paying off, and I am labeling them. Actually, what you see me doing right here is actually counting because I wanted to make the boxes big enough so that I can see them like very clearly and visibly, and I wanted enough room that I can write information at the bottom so I know which debt it is, and enough space in the boxes so that I can write what date and that it was actually paid. I have about $20,000 of total debt that I'm trying to tackle, so let's get started. I wanted to switch angles so that it was a little easier for everyone to see. And like I said, I am a very visual person, and those pencil marks just were not doing it for me. So I had to go find a Sharpie and outline my debt in Sharpie so that it pops and it draws my eyes to each box, and I can like quickly, visibly see what my progress is. This part right here is my favorite part because for me, it is the exciting part where I actually get to color in the debt that I have already paid for. I had surgery at the beginning of the summer, and we all have those deductibles that we have to pay, and my deductible was fairly high. So I had 2 medical bills left over because of the medical issues that I had. One was for $652, and the second one still had a balance of $685. But I was blessed enough to be able to have paid both of those on the same date, on September 11th. I was able to pay off both of them at the same time, and you just don't understand how much joy I have watching myself fill these in, as this is the beginning of my debt payoff journey. And of course, the last thing I'm doing here is writing in the date so I know when exactly it was paid. So just kidding, it was only 2 weeks later, not 2 years later. But I decided that I was going to go in 2-week increments when tracking how much debt I actually had left. For me, as a teacher, I only get paid once a month, so doing it every week wouldn't really be logical. And the other part is I did start a part-time second job that I get paid weekly, so I will be able to pay some of this debt down. So to me, 2 weeks, tracking it every 2 weeks made the most sense for me. And as you can see, because it was 2 weeks later, I was able to tackle another card, and I didn't get a chance to pay it off, obviously, because my salary is limited as a teacher, but I was able to make a nice dent in it. And this card started at $2,400, and on the 26th of September, I was able to pay it down to $1,720. So thank you for coming along with this journey. If this was helpful, please like and thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these in the future, please subscribe. And also let me know how you've paid down your debt or how you are doing it currently.